Hi, Jonathan York from Bay Financial Partners, looking at the investment markets. Could be quite an interesting week this week with the first official cash rate review from the new governor, Graham Wheeler. No one really expects anyone to change rates, but it'll just be interesting to see what the accompanying statement is, to see whether he reads the situation similar to his predecessor. Also, Hire have come back with an improved offer for Fisher & Paykel appliances. They've increased their offer now to $1.28. That's at the bottom end of the range from the independent report. But quite interestingly, that's already gained support from some of the big institutions. AMP and ACC, just to name two, have indicated they will accept that offer. So that should get Hire now above the 50%. And so it'll be very interesting for the individual investor now. It's unlikely that Hire will come back with an improved offer from 128, and it'll probably just be a slow grind until they get all the shares in and get past that 90%. Quite an interesting call really from Hire. For some of these institutions, they've been sitting on these shares from sort of 40 or 50 cents. Obviously, for some of the individual investors, they've been sitting on these shares from sort of above $2, or even in some cases above $3. So I'd say it's a little bit sad, but unfortunately, that's the way of the world at present. We still got the Infratel offer in the marketplace. That's a 6-year bond at 6.85%. Pretty high demand for that. We've got a small allocation left. And if you are interested, call us on 0800 867 323 or go to the website www.bayfinancialpartners.co.nz. The application form is there. Just fill it out and send it back to us. Elsewhere, it's sort of quite interesting. Chinese growth came in at yes, certainly was a little bit lower than in previous years, but at sort of 7.4, it really is sustainable. Above 10%, it wasn't sustainable going forward. But I say it's sort of 7.4 is probably sustainable at that level now for the next sort of 5-10 years, and that should provide a little bit of a base out there for global equities. Interestingly, now we're sort of halfway through the earnings reporting season in the US. A little bit of a mixed bag, but what is becoming quite clear out there is that the US housing market is recovering really quite strongly. The banks that have reported a lot of their growth revenue has come from improved mortgages, and some of these loans that were in default now are starting to recover and improve. So the housing market in the US is certainly starting to pick up, and that should gradually filter through into the rest of the economy and starting to see a bit of a pickup there. Just interestingly, on the S&P 500, that's currently running at around earnings of around 14.5%. You compare that with the average for the last 5 decades, that's 50 years, that was 16.4. So the S&P currently on earnings is running a little bit cheap, and that is providing a little bit of a buying base out there as some of these professional investors just really crunch the numbers and still viewing that stocks are relatively cheap compared with historical values. Just finally as well, the sort of state asset sales have come back on the radar. Looks like the government is now going to push ahead with the Mighty River Power sale. There are further legal challenges potentially in the courts, and all of that just adds to uncertainty. So it'll be very interesting to see how investors sort of deem these sales and whether they are going to given the potential uncertainty going forward. But if you are interested, call us on 0800 867 323 or go to the website www.bayfinancialpartners.co.nz to register your interest. And then as soon as we get any further updates, etc., we can inform you of what the implications are and the situation going forward. We look forward to speaking to you soon.